Taurus, hi. So this is going to be a reading for May 11th through the 17th. And I'll take a look into your recent past, your current energies, and your immediate future. And then I'll close it off with a couple of cards from the universe for you. And these are general readings, so they may not resonate for all of you. If they do, there is an extended. At the end of the video, you can check out the link for that in the description box below if you want. Let's see, Taurus. What do we got for you? The overall energy for the reading, the Temperance card. I don't usually get this type of a card and energy, but in this case it comes through as stability. So I don't know why, but I'll take it. But it's not like it reflects stability. It's just something that's around stability. Okay, we'll see what that is. In the recent past, the Death card, the Page of Wands, the Queen of Wands. Okay, something happened there. A fun experience potentially with somebody. There's a lot of chemistry there. There's a lot of fun. But it's not lasting. I see it, Yeah, it's coming in, but then it's going out quite fast, So, okay. In the current situation, the Ten of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles, the Justice card. All right. You're looking like you're super focused on your stability, actually. And on the surface there, it looks like you're keeping it all together. Things are balanced. Things are good, In the immediate future, the King of Pentacles, the Nine of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, something's being brought to your attention here. Again, has to do with your stability, whatever's going on here. But there might be a little change, maybe at work, something's changing or something, or there's a proposition for change. And I see you being quite rejective, but almost defensive, to getting quite defensive about it. Like, nope, you're not changing that, goddamn, So, well, let's see. Let me see the Temperance card. The Strength card, the Ten of Swords, the Three of Swords. Man, that's what I thought. There's a sense of you throughout this reading that you're keeping it together, right? On the surface. You're looking like you're doing a great job with whatever. You hold it all in place and balanced and good, and underneath it all, it's quite the opposite. Like, I see you feeling defeated, tired, like beyond tired, and just almost in crippling pain. Like it's I don't know what's going on there, but it's a lot to carry, So I'm not sure how the contrast of that is shown up on the surface, because you're doing a great job with it. Could have fooled me, You're good, steady, stable, all good here. Anyways, let's do the Death card in the recent past, the Eight of Swords, the Six of Cups, the Queen of Swords. Okay, so yeah, there's a soul connection there. Ultimately, you're kind of presenting it as a complication, or something. Yeah, it was fun, it was good, but kind of complicated things a little bit, so it's fine. Okay, let me do the Page of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles, the Nine of Swords, the Queen of Wands. That's where stability applies, because whatever that was, again, super nice, super fun, very. Yay, we're on top of the world here, But I feel like at some point in time, one of you, if not the both of you, try to introduce the element of stability there, with that. Like, okay, can we, include this into our lives? Is this doable? Can this be something lasting. And that's when things started getting complicated there. That's when the thing became a complication. It's like, I don't think it was meant for that, you know. But you might not have known that. For the Queen of Wands in the recent past, you get the Ten of Cups, the Chariot, the Nine of Cups. See, two energies that are looking at the same situation in very different ways. One is trying to put on the glasses of stability, you know, the lens of stability over what's going on here. The other one is dressing this whole situation as love and butterflies. And, oh my God. Yeah, it wasn't love. Chemistry, yes. Passion, yes. All sorts of things flying around in there. Probably even in a fun way. But like both of you had your own lenses over it. And they weren't the reality lenses, the invisible ones through which you can see the reality. You had your own models to what was going on there. So I would assume that based off of what it really was and how it was seen as something else, on both ends, I would assume that, yeah, it might have become a complication, yeah. You know, so I don't know what went on there. But, and again, for a minute there, it was fun. Let me see the 10 of Pentacles. In the current situation, you get the 9 of Wands, the 4 of Swords, the Justice card. Struggling to keep it all together here. Again, you're giving me the concept of your whole stability. So that would include your home, your work, your everything you're invested in the material there. And there's almost a sense of struggling to keep it all together, and almost a sense of trying to get away from that responsibility even. You know, like, why do I have to keep it all together? Can't I just rest for a little bit? You know, so there's almost a conclusion to this whole ordeal that you're experiencing with that of, can I find a balance between keeping it all together and at the same time, you know, finding a corner of paradise within this concept of my own stability so that I can sometimes just be, you know? So, okay, let me see the Knight of Pentacles, because that's where the struggle is. It feels like you're lacking that balance. Like maybe you focus so much to keep it all together that now you're finding yourself in a lack for yourself just to be, you know, where you don't have to have that responsibility. For the Knight of Pentacles, in the current situation, you get the 6 of Swords, the 10 of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups. I don't know if this is just a little bit of an episode or something. Like, I can see the energies that are at the core of this, at the really deep core of this. And the energies are, you're tired. I don't know what the hell you went through and what's going on here. Maybe even from the responsibility of thinking that you have to keep everything together. You know? Maybe from things not going great with that either, in the sense of whatever was coming from the outside was not necessarily helpful. It was probably even challenging to deal with as you try to keep everything together. You know what I mean? So I don't know. But that's a pretty piled up type of an energy, you know? It's gathered in time. So maybe you're going through a little bit of a burnout here. Personal burnout. Like you're tired of everything. You know, you just want to be potentially left alone in your own little corner of happy somewhere. And that's it. That's all you want to do. But you're not doing that for yourself. You're not giving yourself that space. So you're pushing through. So don't push through in a burnout. You'll clash. At some point, the universe is gonna, if that's your soul's need to rest a little bit and to, you know, to just be, you got to do that for yourself, because otherwise the universe will do it for you, and you don't want the universe doing it for you. You know, it finds ways, nasty ways. You're better off doing it for yourself. For the Justice card in the current situation, you have the King of Cups, the Hangman, the 3 of Pentacles. You got support around you. You got, you know, you got some nice energies around you, and I see you seeing them. I don't see you necessarily connecting to them either, because again, the need is for you probably to go within more than anything. So it's not necessarily, your complaint here is not about, oh, there's nobody around me, and oh, I don't feel that love and support. It's there, you see it, you may not feel it because, again, the need is to go inward, to do that for yourself, not to get it from outside of you. So even if it's there and you see it, you may not feel it. So you may find yourself saying, oh, I'm all alone. But that's because there's an internal need there that you're not satisfying. So that makes you think that, oh my God, I'm crashing as nobody's here to catch me. There's energies around you. There are. But this is not about you crashing and nobody's there to catch you. This is about satisfying a very personal and internal need, of just being. It's one of the simple ones. For the King of Pentacles in the immediate future, you get the Two of Wands, the Four of Wands, the Devil. Oi! You've been dealing with a very unhealthy dynamic here for who knows how long. That's not going to help. And at some point in time, somewhere here, is there a break from it? Like, there's a gap of time. There's a gap of time, and then there's this dynamic that you're part of that's very, very unhealthy. So I'm wondering if you're taking a break from it, or if it's straight giving you a break, I think there's a break somewhere there from this situation. Let me do the Nine of Wands. You get the World card, the Three of Cups, the Knight of Wands. Something wants to end. There's an ending of a cycle that comes through here, and it wants to end. It's like, I'm done to be done with, You're not making it easy for this to end, though, because you're rejecting that concept that this is ending. I mean, you're not doing it actively in the sense of, no, don't end. Your energy is just standing in the way of it, because it's like, oh, okay, it's ending, yay. Where inside it's like, motherfucker, you're ending, So I think this is about work. All of this, the unhealthy dynamic, the cycle that needs to close. It almost feels like somebody's moving far away or something. And, while you can't control that and you can't resist that in the physical necessarily, internally, you can do whatever you want. So you're like, well, I don't like that. And that's your rejection to this cycle closing off. Let me do the Wheel of Fortune. In the immediate future, you get the Five of Pentacles, the Five of Cups, the Star. And then you're flipping that page, and then you're turning around and saying, oh yeah, no, fuck yeah, this should end. Go away. So there's going to be some changes here in the immediate future for you. And again, I kind of get the sense that it's around work. There's going to be some changes in that space, and they're pretty, some are good, some are not so good. Some seem like changes and they're not changes, they're just breaks from certain things. And I don't think it's happening so fast that you're going to be overwhelmed, but I think you're going to change your mind a lot of times through these changes too. So keep an eye on that and an awareness on that, because I kind of get the sense that if you keep quite aware over what's going on, you'll be able to kind of sail through. Hopefully by this time, when this is starting to happen, you'll give yourself that rest that you need, because you're going to need it. Let's just put it that way. If you enter from this space in which you already feel overwhelmed under these changes, you might not keep up in the best way possible for you with these changes, So the changing of mind and all of that might come from you just, not dealing with shit as it's happening. because you don't have the resources. Because if you're depleted now and you don't rest a little bit, there's no way to recharge, you know, so there's no resources for things happening. But again, I feel like if you do listen to yourself a little bit here and take a little bit of space for you here, and then entering the space in which changes are going to happen because they're not dependent on you necessarily, so they're going to happen regardless, and then you keep a sense of awareness through it all, I think you should be fine here. I think it should be doable. These changes need to happen. So from the universe for you as a final advice, the Chariot, the Sun, the Ace of Cups. Aw, that's so sweet. This is a direct message from the universe here, in which the universe says you are loved and you are surrounded by happiness at all times. But in order to feel that, as you know, you have to, you know, be connected to your heart there. So it's kind of a reassurance or a, hey, you're good here, you know? Don't worry about things, don't stress about things. Even if you go in a direction that you may later deem as wrong, you're still loved, you know? So this is a sweet message. I remember getting this message once directly from the universe. It's nice to come in like that. It's like whatever you decide, whatever you do, you're the child of the universe and you're loved. So that's what I have for you. Hope this helped, and I'll see you next time. Bye.